girlies, welcome back to the pod. I hope you have been having an amazing week. And if you're listening on Monday, then happy Monday. If you're not, then happy every other day of the week. But yeah, I'm super excited about this week's episode. I low-key came up with it randomly. It was like midnight one night, and I had like a light bulb moment, So we're here now. And I'm gonna talk about boobs we'll see how long it goes. Watch this be like an hour. I'm kidding, it won't be that long. Me saying this now and then it's like an hour and a half. I'm kidding. I would not do that to you. Okay. Anyway, let's just get into the best and worst of the week. So obviously we're gonna start out with the best because that's what I always do. So the best was helping my sister with her school project. She has to do sort of like an art project for her English final, and it's like about your interpretation of a book. So I read the book so that I could help her out with the project. I know, best sister ever, right? And so we're doing like a painting, and it's really fun, and it's been just fun to like hang out with her and stuff. And she's been really nice to me because of it, because she needs my help. So that's also cool. And for the worst of my week, this is like kind of a joke, but also not really, is that, so last night, right, I was just sitting in my bed, and then I got up, and I had like the need to know exactly what I wanted to major in college. And I know I talked about this a bit in my college episode, saying that I wanted to major in like psychology and stuff, but like, of course I always change my mind, right? So I was looking up like find my major quizzes, and literally all of them said different things. It was the most unhelpful thing ever. And two of them said like education. And if you don't know this about me, I literally hate children. So that would just not work. And I went downstairs. I was like, Mom, Google is telling me to major in education. And she started laughing. She was like, yeah, no, you're not doing that. And I was like, yeah, I know. I came down. I was like, Mom, I'm literally having an 8th life crisis. You know how people are like midlife crisis or like quarter life crisis? Well, I made up 8th life crisis, right? And my mom was just looked at me like I was stupid, and she was like, bruh. But she was like, no. And I was like, why can't like someone just tell me what I'd be good at and just like let me major in that? And then she was like, psychology. And I was like, okay. And like that was it. But then she was like, you should be a psychiatrist. And I was like, but I don't want to go to medical school. And my dad, who's a doctor, was saying, medical school is so easy. It's so easy. And the funny thing about this is that any other time we've talked about medical school, he talks about how hard it was. My older sister who went talks about how hard it was. So I was like, yeah, sure. Then I was like, Dad, I'm having an 8th life crisis. And he looked at me and he literally started peeing his pants. He was like, that is not a thing. He grabbed his speaker and just started dancing to this horrible song. This is like not related at all. But it was just like, I love myself. I love my body. I am beautiful. I'm a star. I am enough. I am worthy of love. I have a purpose. I believe in myself. I am more than a body. I am wanted. I am loved. I am talented. I am strong. I am fearless. I am a beautiful person. I accept myself. I matter. I love my flaws. And I just saw that and was like, oh, that's cute. So these are just some really good reminders. I think especially since we're talking about like a lot of things people, or something that a lot of people are insecure about, that it's important just to keep this in mind. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. Hope that made you smile a little bit. But yeah, don't forget to leave a review, subscribe, follow, do all the things. Y'all already know, I say this in every episode. And also, I was checking Spotify one day because there's like somehow like you can set up an account and look at analytics or whatever, and literally almost 400 people have followed the podcast on Spotify, so that's pretty freaking cool. I was a little bit shocked about that, but I was like, okay, pop off, I guess that's cool. Don't know how to check on Apple Podcasts because like I tried to set up an Apple Podcast account, and let's just say I pretty much messed up my whole Apple ID and iCloud stuff on my laptop, so we decided not to do that. Okay, but anyway, boobs. So when I first learned about like boobs and what they were, right, it was from this puberty book that I read with my mom and my sister. And I'm sure most of you had one of these books, or this specific one. It was called The Care and Keeping of You, the Body Book for Younger Girls, right? There's like a 1 and 2, I think. But the front cover is like these 3 different girls. They're like in towels or something. And I always thought boobs were just like super weird. I have like a very distinct memory of like the book, and it showed like a progression of someone's boobs getting bigger, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, it's like some alien creature type shit. I did not understand. I was like 4th grade, 3rd grade, I don't know. And I was like, this is not going to happen to me. This is like periods part 2, where I was like, no, that's not going to happen to me. I'm like going to be that cool exception. Like, I'm just going to stay the way I am, you know? Because, I don't know, I thought I was going to be the exception for everything. But, like, jokes. That was not true. But anyway, so yeah, that was fun. Little mini crisis last night. I say crisis, it's literally not bad at all. And love how this is my worst of the week, except for my week wasn't even bad. It's been so long. I'm just so tired and I want to go on break, and I don't know. It's not even because I've had that much work, because honestly, like, I really haven't. I didn't even have homework like 2 days this week, and I don't know. But you know, fun times. Welcome to my life. Anyway, who cares about that? So today we're going to be talking about boobs, titties, tatas, the twins, whatever you want to call them. So get super excited, because this episode is for all of my girlies that are listening. Guys can listen too if you want. I mean, the majority of people who listen to this, I think it's like 98% female. So yeah, this should apply to pretty much everybody here. And for the quote of the week, I just chose some self-love affirmations I found off Pinterest, because gotta love yourself. I'm gonna share some of the good vibes. Okay, there's kind of a lot, so I'll just go through them quickly. So my sister got boobs first, right? So she started wearing like those training bras you get at Target. It used to be Justice. I don't know about y'all, but my sister and I were absolutely obsessed with Justice for the longest time. Like, we were known to have everything Justice from our friends during like elementary school and like 6th grade and middle school. And so we get these training bras from Justice. I remember my sister had them first, and I didn't even have like boobs at all. And I was like, I want one. So I got one just to be like cool or whatever. But my sister would refuse to wear bras. She thought it was like horrible. In like 4th grade, people who wore bras were cool, right? So me not having any boobs, I was like, okay, I'll just like wear one. And then my sister was like, absolutely no way. But the funny thing was that she needed one and didn't want to wear one. And I did not, but did, you know? And so I've always had like small boobs, whatever, right? And my sister has not. So I mean, like, that's fine, I guess, but we're twins, so kind of annoying. I mean, we're not identical, but you know, you get it. So I have a joke, like a running joke with my mom about my boobs, pretty much. And we always joke about how my boobs never grow, right? And how I'm just gonna like stay like this, and when I'm 20, they're finally gonna start growing. I mean, it's like, it's a meme. It's fun. And so everyone in my family literally has big boobs. My mom, my sister, both my aunts, my grandma, pretty much everybody but me, my cousins, you know, like everyone but me. So when I was younger, and like still sometimes, I guess, I would have like this really big insecurity about my small boobs, and I would like compare myself to others to my friends, to social media, to people in movies, TV shows. And I think that just the internet sets really unrealistic expectations of what everyone's supposed to look like, and it really idealizes a certain body type. I mean, I've talked about this in previous episodes, but like it's like everyone wants those perfect boobs, the skinny waist, big butt, whatever, but that's just really not realistic at all. And everyone doesn't even have like the same size boobs, the same shape boobs, color, whatever. And so I don't really think this is fair. And at the time, I didn't really think about this. I was just like, oh, like I'm not normal, which is stupid because like everyone's normal. It's just we all look different. I mean, if you look at people's faces, it's all different. It's not like one face is right or one is wrong, And my insecurity would be fueled by just like comments from other people, especially like boys and stuff. That really hit me hard, just hearing different boys say stuff. I mean, I've had my younger brother, which he's like a stupid idiot, but like, it's still like hurtful even if you don't like the person, where they're like, oh my God, like you have no boobs. I have bigger boobs than you. Which, like, I've literally had boys say that to me, but also, like, that's just sad for you if you're gonna say that to me. Or, like, I had an ex-boyfriend who made me super self-conscious about my boobs, and just, we're not gonna go into that, but, like, And so I was never really that insecure until people started, like, saying things about it, or, like, my sister who would be like, oh my God, you literally have like no boobs. And none of these people mean it like in a hurtful way, but it's just like it kind of gets to you and builds on like these insecurities about like, what if I'm not good enough? What if this isn't normal, So it just made me really insecure. And so like freshman year was like the peak of this, and I was super insecure about my body, just myself in general, because of the transition from middle school to high school. It's kind of hard and you're not really sure what to do, how you're supposed to look, how you're supposed to act. And so I would wear a bunch of push-up bras, okay? Because I thought you had to have bigger boobs for all the boys to like me or to be a quote-unquote real girl, right? And these push-up bras would literally hurt. Like, I never wear push-up bras anymore, but they would hurt, and I would wear them just to make my boobs look bigger, and honestly they didn't. It was like very obvious I was wearing a push-up bra, and whenever I saw my boyfriend at the time, I would make sure I was wearing a push-up bra because I was like, oh, he can't like actually know that I have small boobs, which is like it does not make sense. Anyway, that was just like my thought process. And I would also obsess over my cup size. Like, I remember I was a 32A for the longest time, and I was so excited when I went from an A to a B cup. My mom and I had a mini celebration. I remember I walked into her bathroom and I was like, Mom. She was like, what? I was like, I need to get a new bra. And she was like, why? I was like, because mine is too small. And then we literally jumped around the bathroom. We were like, yay, it's finally happening. And I have a running joke with my other friend who's a dancer who has really small boobs too. And so I texted her about it and she was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. And so that was really fun. But I don't really think cup sizing or what your cup size is matters, because I actually watched a TED Talk about bra sizing because I was bored and it was in my YouTube recommended. Okay, very random, right? I was watching that and it was like super interesting to see because she showed a chart about what different bra sizes mean, like 32D compared to like a 32C, 32B, 32A, and how they're all like super different, and how your actual bra size is related to the band of your bra and then also the cups. You could have I don't know what to get my friend for her birthday because they don't sell bigger boobs at Target or something. And it's just like jokes like that making me laugh. I mean, it's like it's like funny. So we'll tag each other and stuff like that, and it's just like fun to have someone to relate to. And I think if you can find someone like that, then that's great. Even if it's not like someone you know in person, maybe it's someone on Instagram or a YouTube channel. I mean, I know Best Dressed, Ashley on YouTube is really great because she has small boobs and she always is stylish. She shows that you can like wear whatever you want. And I'm sure there's someone on the opposite side of the spectrum who has big boobs and like embraces it and does something like that. So just like you can look on the internet for people you can follow, body positivity accounts. I mean, so you could pretty much have like big boobs but be wearing the wrong bra size, or have small boobs and be wearing the wrong bra size. And it was just super interesting. I don't really know my point, but just that your bra size really doesn't matter because it doesn't just relate to your actual boobs. It's like also your body shape, like I don't know. So like don't worry about that. It's not a big deal. Or also, you know what just pisses me off? When people use like someone having an A cup as like an insult, like, oh, she has like an A cup, or like double D's are a compliment, especially from boys. It's just really demeaning, and I think not realistic, because I mean the majority of people aren't walking around with like perfect boobs, like, and I feel like people who, even if you look up to and you're like, oh my god, they have such great boobs, I wish my boobs looked like that, right? They probably don't think that. If they have bigger boobs than you, they're probably thinking, I wish I had smaller boobs. Or, and like, just like how you're thinking, I wish I had bigger boobs, you know? So I think it's just that we're never going to be really happy with what we have unless we just kind of accept it, which I mean, I've been trying to do that, you know? And relating back to like insecurities and stuff, we're getting a little personal here. I mean, this episode is literally about boobs. So like if you're listening to this, I'm sure you're fine with it. But just warning, I guess. I don't know. But like I used to be insecure about like irregularities with my boobs, right? Where you have like one bigger than the other, which is like super normal, and I'm pretty sure most women have that. But I would talk about it with my friends because I didn't know if this was normal. I would ask them, and we were all shocked to find out that literally all of us had one bigger than the other. We had like a little bonding party, you know. It was just really cool to be able to relate and talk openly about that stuff that we didn't know the others were dealing with. And I think that's just cool. It was just like a girls supporting girls moment, and it was really fun because we were all just laughing about it. And I think it's important to point out that most people don't have like perfect boobs, and if they do, I mean, they're either like super special or they got like a boob job or something, because the majority of people, their boobs are not the same size or the same shape. And I mean, I know a lot of people can also be insecure about like nipple color, which apparently I literally did not know this was a thing until I saw it in a TV show. I talked about it before, but Grand Army, I don't remember the character's name, but the guy told her, he was like, oh, like you have really dark nipples, like it doesn't look like a white girl's or something like that. And I was like, I did not know, like, one, I didn't know that was a thing, which is probably like, I mean, of course everyone's nipples are different colors, but I didn't know like someone would point that out, or that that would be considered an insult. So, I mean, I've never really had to deal with that, but I'm sure a lot of people can. But I mean, all boobs are different. I mean, you can see these like graphics on Instagram where it's like artistic representations of a bunch of different boobs, or like I think Casetify has a phone case of like a bunch of different shaped boobs or something. And also insecurities just about like the size and shape of boobs, you know, which is all just silly stuff to be worried about, because there honestly isn't one correct like boob or boobs, because everyone's different and they're all different, just like people's body types, or as I've said before, people's faces. Like no one has the same thing unless you're like identical twin. Even then it's like still different. And once I realized that, I just became more confident. And I'm not going to say that I'm like absolutely perfect and I have no insecurities, because that's just not true. but I can say that I've gotten better and become less insecure and am growing to love just what I have more and not really focusing on comparing myself to others and just really paying attention to what I love about myself and realizing that my boobs are probably not the most important thing in the world. And like, who cares? And I've just been embracing my small boobs. I mean, I can run up the steps. I can wear revealing clothing without being called a slut, which I mean, like, this is just another topic that just pisses me off. It's just like standards for women. And I really don't think like sexualizing people's boobs is fair, especially if they're wearing like, I could be wearing a super low cut top and no one would say anything. And then someone like my sister could, and she would be labeled as like a slut or something, which just isn't fair because it's like you can't control your boob size, you can't control that. And I don't like how people are labeled as that. And it's not like you're wearing it to get attention. I mean, I'm sure some people do, but like it's just like it's a cute shirt and you want to wear it. But I think a lot of women with bigger boobs feel like they can't wear such quote unquote revealing clothing because they'll be labeled as this, even if they're just not and they just want to wear a cute shirt. And another thing I love about small boobs is that you don't really need to wear a bra. I mean, you can. Like, I literally only wear bras when I'm not at home, which during like Corona and stuff is not a lot. So I only wear bras when I'm like going out, right? So like it's been a fun time. And I don't even like bras. I think they're stupid. Someone should like ban them. I was making a joke with my brother. I was like, "Oh, Reed, don't you think bras should be illegal? Will you like sign this petition?" I didn't have an actual petition, and he was like, yeah." But that's just because he's a boy. But like, seriously, I don't like bras. I just think they're stupid. And the only bras I really wear now there's a lightly lined one I have from Aerie. My favorite sports bras are from Calvin Klein. And then I have just like some bralette type ones that are pretty comfy. But I don't wear push-up bras anymore. I don't like a lot of padding. I hate underwire. I think we can all agree on this one, but underwire literally needs to die. It's horrible. It's painful. No one likes it. And I don't know. So there's a lot of benefits to having small boobs, which I think when I was thinking about this the other night, it really just made me realize how much good there is about having small boobs. And even if you have like super big boobs, like embrace it. Like that's amazing. That's awesome. Girls like me are jealous of you, and I'm sure you are probably jealous of me. I mean, I don't know, but like we all just want things that we can't have. So it's about accepting what we do have and just be confident in our own skin. And yeah, I wanted to touch on like self-love and body positivity because I feel like on apps, especially like TikTok, people preach all about girls supporting girls and body positivity and self-love. But then when there's someone who's considered quote unquote ugly by society, in the comments, this person is getting slammed. And everyone, I mean, on TikTok, it can get a little vicious. So, like, if you don't have thick skin, maybe turn your comments off. But people are pretty rude on TikTok compared to other apps like Instagram or something. And I think it's important just to realize that body positivity doesn't just apply to people who are like pretty. I mean, it's for everybody, and we should be supporting everybody in that, not just people, I mean, not just people who are beautiful, because obviously, but like the people who really need it. I mean, everyone, no matter if you're like the most gorgeous model in the world or someone who's considered not attractive by society, I mean, we all struggle with loving ourselves and trying to embrace our bodies and be happy what we have. I mean, if you think about it, just like plastic surgery and stuff, like a lot of people get boob jobs to have bigger boobs. And there's also a lot of people who get breast reductions because they need it, I mean, for the back or something, which shouldn't be shamed. I actually watched a TikTok the other day of a girl who, I think she said like 36 double G she had, and she really wanted a breast reduction because just her back, it was killing her back, and she didn't like the way they looked and it didn't make her feel confident. And when she told her friends and family that, a lot of the men were saying that she shouldn't do that because she was saying how she has a skinny waist and big boobs, and who wouldn't want that? But like, I think it's important just to remember it's all about like what you want and what makes you happy, and that people shouldn't be shamed for wanting to like change their boobs, I guess. And also, especially if it's like actually affecting you physically, then I mean, you should go for it. I mean, my aunt had a breast reduction and she's doing great. And then my mom had like a boob job after she was pregnant, you know? So it's just like things like that. I mean, if you have to, then I guess, or like if you have breast cancer and you need to get like a boob job. I don't remember what it's called, like reconstruction surgery or something. Like things like that. That's okay. But I think it's all about just like loving what you have, and if you think something will make you feel better or make you embrace yourself better, then do it. I mean, I'm not here to tell you to stop and just not do anything you want. I mean, it's all about what you want, and I think it's important just to embrace the things that maybe you might feel insecure about, or that other people might make you feel insecure about, because I mean, that's the most important things. And I feel like this was a quote. I can't remember if it was in some other podcast or if I did it, but just that you need, the way you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. And oh wait, no, I know where I saw this. This was in a book of poems that oh my gosh, my voice keeps like going away. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, it was in a book of poems that I read, and I think that is just really important. Just like always yourself first, loving yourself first, because if you don't love yourself, then who is? And I think you need to love yourself before you can like love someone else, because or else you'll just be too reliant on the other person. And yeah, this is just like another topic completely, but I mean, just related to like boobs, insecurities, and yeah. And I think it's also really great if you can like find a friend or family member just to talk about like how it makes you feel. I mean, as I said, I had a really good friend who was a ballet dancer, and we would bond over our small boobs. It would just make me feel less alone, and it was really nice to relate to someone and to know, have someone to know what I was going through. Or like we would tag each other in TikToks about small boobs. I think there was one, it was like super funny. It's about you don't need to know actually someone, or just like a parent, your mom, or an older sibling. That's always good. Just like letting them know. I mean, I'm super open with my mom. We're really close, so we talk about it a lot, and it's just like feels nice to have someone to talk to. And I think this relates to a lot of other topics like periods and just like mental health, things like that. So like if you can talk to someone, then I mean, just do it, go for it. I mean, you have nothing to lose. And yeah, so just some like final reminders to get you into the mood, to get some bad bitch energy up in here. But remember, you're hot as shit. You have great boobs. You're amazing. You're gorgeous. I love you. So embrace them. Embrace yourself. Embrace your body. Love yourself. I mean, of course, it's always a journey, but you know, just be happy with who you are and know that you're always gonna grow and change. I mean, physically, mentally, whatever. So, yeah. And don't forget to leave a review, subscribe, follow, do all the things. That's just your second reminder in case you didn't, do it the first time, which I mean, what are you doing? So, yeah, just check out all the links in the description of this episode to find my blog, newsletter, email address, Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, you can follow me at the Girly Girl podcast if you haven't already. And yeah, also I'm kind of fixed my theme for Instagram, so it looks super cute right now. So if you want to like go check that out, it's super pink, super fun, and I'm like low-key obsessed with it. The thing is, I don't even really like pink like on clothes or whatever, but it just, oh my god, it looks so cute. So please go check it out right now if you haven't already. But anyways, I hope that you have the best freaking day ever, the best week ever. Embrace yourself, love yourself, be kind to yourself, and if you haven't already, make sure to catch up on all my previous episodes. And yeah, you're a bad bitch. I love you. Mwah. Bye.